Nothing you build will last. No cause will save you. No revolution ends in paradise, and no future is owed to anyone. Most political movements promise a better world just over the horizon. This one begins by tearing that promise up. Anarcho-Nihilism is the point where two of history's most radical ideas collide: the anarchists' hatred of every master and the nihilists' refusal to pretend the universe hands us meaning. What is left when you stop believing in the state, in God, in progress, in the cause itself? That question is where this story starts. To grasp anarcho-nihilism, separate its two halves. Anarchism rejects hierarchy, the state, the boss, the church, any power that rules from above. Nihilism rejects given meaning, the idea that values are handed down, fixed and true. Fuse them, and you get a stance that refuses not only rulers, but also the comforting stories other radicals tell themselves. It denies that organizing the masses will work, that history bends toward justice, that a perfect society waits at the end of the struggle. The anarcho-nihilist does not fight to build utopia. They fight because they refuse to obey. Here, now, whether or not it ever wins. Max Stirner lit the fuse. In 1844, the German philosopher attacked what he called spooks, fixed ideas like nation, morality, even humanity itself, that people let rule their lives like ghosts. Stirner urged the individual, the ego, to seize their own life and bow to nothing sacred. A generation later, Russian writers gave nihilism its name, and figures like Sergei Nechayev pushed it toward a cold, total revolt. These threads, egoism, negation, refusal of the sacred, would braid together into something sharper than either strand alone. Nietzsche saw it coming. When the German philosopher declared that God was dead, he wasn't celebrating. He was warning that Europe's old source of meaning had collapsed, and nothing had replaced it. That vacuum is nihilism, the sense that the values we once called eternal were never guaranteed at all. Most thinkers treated this as a crisis to escape. The anarcho-nihilist treats it as a fact to accept, and then asks what freedom looks like once you stop pretending the universe owes you meaning. Russia gave the mood its name. In the 1860s, a restless generation of students and writers rejected tradition, religion, and authority wholesale. Turgenev captured them in the figure of Bazarov, a young man who bowed to nothing but hard fact. Some went further. Sergei Nechayev's chilling Catechism of a Revolutionary imagined a man who had severed every tie, every feeling, every scruple in the name of destruction. It horrified even his allies, but it showed where pure negation, taken to the end, could lead. By the early 20th century, that braid had a poetry and a body count. In France, individualist anarchists, known as illegalists, most infamously the Bono Gang, treated theft and defiance of the law as living proof that they owed society nothing. In Italy, the poet Renzo Novatore wrote of a revolt with no program and no promised land, only the free individual burning against a world of chains. These were not blueprints for a new order. They were refusals, beautiful or terrible, depending on where you stand, of the old one. For a few decades, around 1900, negation turned to dynamite. A wave of anarchist attacks, assassinations of presidents and monarchs, bombs in cafes and parliaments swept Europe and America. This was propaganda of the deed, the belief that a single violent act could wake the masses where words had failed. It did not bring the free society. It brought funerals, crackdowns, and fear, and to later anarcho-nihilists, a hard lesson about the limits of the gesture. This is history recounted, not a program endorsed. Then came a quieter idea: insurrection, not revolution, where revolutionaries plan to seize the state and build a new order. Insurrectionary anarchists reject the plan itself. No party, no program, no waiting for the perfect moment. Just the immediate revolt of individuals and small groups, here and now, expecting nothing to last. To anarcho-nihilists, this feels honest. You don't act because you'll win. You act because refusal is the only freedom available in a world you never agreed to. Picture the anarcho-nihilist in the modern world. They don't canvass for a candidate or draft a 10-point plan. They walk out of the meeting. They tear up the ballot, not from laziness, but on principle. Voting, to them, only blesses the cage. They refuse the promotion, the mortgage, the long climb toward a retirement they don't believe will come. Where an activist organizes, they desert. Where a party recruits, they vanish. Their rebellion aims less at seizing power than at refusing to be captured by it. A whole life lived as a standing no. Where other radicals run on hope, anarcho-nihilism runs on its absence. A strain sometimes called pessimist or anti-civilization argues that industrial society can't be reformed or overthrown into something better. So the honest response is to stop pretending. Texts passed around this milieu reject futurity itself, the demand that you sacrifice your only life for a tomorrow that never comes. It's a dark, disciplined kind of freedom, living for the present because the future has been declared a lie. To its followers, that's liberation. To its critics, it's despair wearing a mask. Some push the logic further still, into what's been called green or anti-civilization nihilism. If no future is coming, they argue, then industrial civilization itself is the trap, a machine that devours the living world and calls it progress. Widely shared essays in this current abandon even the hope of revolution, urging people to live honestly amid decline rather than chase a rescue that never arrives. Critics call it despair, dressed as insight. Its readers call it the only clear-eyed response left. Nowhere has anarcho-nihilism found more oxygen than the internet. In obscure blogs, zines, and forums, a new generation trades essays with titles like Dares, celebrating revolt without hope and refusal without apology. Some of it is serious philosophy. Much of it is aesthetic. Black flags, broken cities, the void as a profile picture. This digital afterlife has carried the ideas far beyond the tiny circles that once held them, even as it blurs the line between a lived stance and a pose. The result is a philosophy more talked about now than ever, and more misunderstood. Not every anarchist claims them. Social anarchists, who build unions, cooperatives, and communities, have long accused the nihilist strand of being anarchism's embarrassing shadow. All attitude, no construction. The thinker Murray Bookchin famously attacked what he called lifestyle anarchism, a self-absorbed rebellion that mistakes personal defiance for political change. The quarrel cuts to the core question: is anarchism a project to build a freer world together, or a permanent solitary refusal to be ruled at all? Critics answer hard, and from every direction. Social anarchists, the ones who actually want to build cooperatives, unions, and free communities, call anarcho-nihilism self-defeating, a revolt that destroys but never plants, that mistakes a mood for a movement. If nothing has meaning, they ask, why act at all? If no future is worth building, what separates rebellion from mere destruction? Others note how easily its aesthetics curdle into online posturing, or how its historical flirtation with violence produced martyrs and corpses, but no lasting freedom. The philosophy's own logic, they argue, leaves it nowhere to go. So what remains of a philosophy built on nothing? Less a party than a permanent temptation, the voice at the edge of every radical movement, whispering that the cause is a lie, and the only honest freedom is refusal. Anarcho-Nihilism will never govern. By definition, it doesn't want to. But it endures as a mirror held up to everyone who promises paradise, forcing a brutal question. Are you fighting for a better world, or just for a prettier set of chains? You don't have to accept its answer. But the question, once asked, is hard to unhear.